Alright, it's about 1 hour to sunset, and I didn't show the setup of the tent just because I wanted to get done. And have plenty of time here before the sun sets. So this is just a budget hot tent. I think the tent was a Fitom, Fitom. I don't know if they even sell that anymore. It's just one of those brands you can find on Amazon. And I have to look up the name of the stove. I think the tent run about $99 and stove was maybe $130 at most. But it's okay. It's not great, but it works, especially if you don't go hot tenting all that often. Then I gotta finish getting camp set up here, get my bed roll out and everything, and then when to watch the sunset, and then maybe cook some dinner. Well, this much wood will at least last for tonight, and if I don't burn it too late into the night, I can have some for in the morning. So, got my power here for my lights, and then getting the bed set up over here. So, it's gonna be a good night. Sunset's in about half an hour. Weather update. You can see the high water line here. The water's down about 2.5 or so feet. Weather today, sun came out a little bit. It got up to around 50. Tonight it could get down into the upper 20s, and it needs to be below freezing before you can really use a hot tent, I think. One of the things I love about being outdoors all year round is how you'll see different places, different times of the year. And it's been over 2 years since I was here camping, and the sun set way off to the right, not even over the lake, because it was early fall. I love seeing, how the sun and the moon, they rise over different places throughout the year, as the Earth tilts on its axis. So it's just something you don't think about unless you're outdoors and really looking at this stuff, If you came here in the summertime, this beach would be covered, and people fishing, kayaks, canoes. In January, not so much. All right, time to get the stove going. So it's almost a full moon. It's gonna rise at 5:51 p.m. Wolf moon. All right, I think it's getting about coffee o'clock. Coffee time. So for power tonight, I got the Rock Pals. This is the 300-watt power supply, and I'm just using a USB light in here, which works really well. I could run it for days without running out of battery. Also, these stoves, I mean, they're pretty safe and tense and all, but just to be on the safe side, just have a carbon monoxide alarm. Oh yeah, this coffee smells so good. Got my pan heating up. Gotta warm up some of this Jack Daniel's pulled pork. Now, I like to cook a lot when I'm camping, but sometimes I just run out of time or I'm trying to hurry up and get out to the campsite. So some of this like kind of pre-cooked is actually pretty decent. Like sometimes I'll use the pre-cooked like chicken fajita strips for making tacos or something. And also I don't worry as much about if it doesn't quite stay at the right temperature as I would with like raw food, you know, because I didn't use a cooler, but it was like, you know, 48 degrees, 45 degrees. So it was just like, it can sit out for a little bit. So it's time to get this going and just join Blue Hour outside. Kind of control the heat on one of these. If you move it forward, it reduces it. If you move it back, usually it gets a bit hotter. So really all I gotta do is warm this up. So pretty simple. Don't forget to warm the buns. Over there to the left, up here, see right there, that's the moon, almost full moon rising. Oh yeah, that smells so good. It smells very peppery. Got some nice hot, freshly ground coffee here. All right, time to chow down now. That moon's gonna be bright tonight. Don't ever mess with one of these without some leather gloves on. I did one time and got one of the worst little burns that I've had in a long time. Man, it looks like cast iron just about clean. I just have to go basically dump that out, rinse it one time, and wipe it down and be good to go. It's good soup. There's the almost full moon just above the tent there. This is real hot. Have to back it down a little bit, really kind of close the dampers when the old pipes start glowing there. There's some heat right there. I closed the back door, but I closed the front one too, and I'm gonna have to open it back up because it is too hot in here. I think outside is probably like 35 degrees. So these budget stoves, they go by several different names on Amazon. This one didn't come with a spark arrestor at the top. Good stoves will have that, and then also at the top they have these rings where you can tie them off in case the wind's really blowing to hold the stovepipe in place. And really the main issue I have with these is these little screws here. This one is missing. I gotta find a replacement for it. It fell out, and this one I had to keep tightening up, and as well as this one right here, they just get real loose. So I just have to, you know, tighten them. Yeah, I think I'm glamping. Going old school, watching Lonesome Dove. Good morning, it's about 7:20 a.m. There's a little bit of sleet falling. It's just below freezing. You see these little flakes? It might be like a grapple or something. Just a little bit coming down. I checked the weather and it said it was snow flurries possible over the next hour. The direction looks like a little bit of a rainbow. It's wild. I don't know if it will show up here on the video. I think it's about time to get back to the tent and get that stove relit. Getting the fire going again this morning, and you hear the sleet or grapple or whatever coming down on the tent. All right, coffee time. Breakfast gonna be a couple packets of instant oatmeal. I like the lower sugar because it tastes a little too sweet to me, the regular. Had to pack some raisins. That just makes it better, don't it? Oh yes, coffee and breakfast. I think the last night the stove kind of died down. I was after I was asleep. It was, you know, maybe midnight, 1 a.m. Hovering around freezing now that the sun is up. Been off and on, a little bit of sleet or mix. But it's so hot in here. Let's open up this other door. This tent, I mean, it says you can fit like, I don't know, 2 to 3 people. And it'll fit people without a tent and stuff. But you want to have like a stove and then you want to have like a table and stuff like that. So it's a good size for like a one person, but more than that, I would want something maybe a little bit better, like one of those Pomali tents or something. So I still had a fair amount of wood left this morning. I've had this going here for maybe a little over an hour, and still got enough wood here. I'm really kind of going through about maybe 2 to 3 pieces an hour, depending on the size of it. Well, I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of this coffee, and probably gonna let the fire die down here in a minute, and it'll be about time to start packing up today. Thanks for watching my overnight adventure hot tent camping by the lake. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you later.